guys, Willie and Murfitt here, and in today's video we're hopefully going to be getting the new subframe fitted up, but there's a slight glitch to the system, so stay tuned to find out what's going to go wrong. Okay, so today is now Monday. We have 31 days until the IMM. The video here is going to be set in a few different stages because I hit a few little glitches, as I say. The subframe came out an absolute dream. One bolt snapped off and I managed to get a bit of heat on that. The two-nut system wound on and I managed to wind that the stud straight out, so that's fantastic. I then started to clean up the hill boards and was faced by what can only be described as rot, and lots of it. So not really a lot of footage is going to take place in this video, but what I have done is updates along the way. So unfortunately there was far more crud and crap on this car than I thought, but as we stand Monday, 31 days to the IMM, all that rust is gone, replaced with fresh metal, and yeah, I guess the best thing to do is to show you what I've done. But before I get into this video, I just want to give you a quick update on the giveaway. We are doing a mini YouTubers giveaway. It's a worldwide competition where one lucky winner is going to be winning $600 worth of P&L mini vouchers. Entries are coming in thick and fast, and if you're interested in taking part, it is completely hassle-free. It's free to enter. There's no catches whatsoever. It's fully GDPR recognised. We're abiding all the books, and this is a thank you to you, the viewer, for supporting myself and the other YouTubers as well. As I say, there's no catches whatsoever, and someone is going to be winning a voucher of the equivalent of about £470, or I think it worked out to be €550. So what we'll do is the lucky winner, wherever you are worldwide, will exchange that gift voucher into your currency, and you can be spent at P&L Minis. So the link is in the description below of how to take part in that. Click on it, and as I say, it's free to go, and there are opportunities to have multiple entries, so be rude not to, really. So let's stop talking and get cracking on with this repair. Enjoy, guys. So previously we removed the subframe. It came out pretty easily, and the subframe is actually a lot worse condition than I thought it was, so I'm glad I've got it out. I started cleaning up the underside, so we're ready to fit the new subframe. Let's just get down on the ground and let's take a look. So this is the passenger side, and it's pretty solid. Coming on here is pretty solid as well. Unfortunately, I got to here and found a rust hole. So this is going to have to be replaced. So I've ordered up this new panel, but also if you look under there, the seal is a bit shot as well, and also part of the inner seal. So when I cut this out, I'm going to have to try and work out a way to try and repair it to the best of my ability, really. Hopefully it'll all come together quite well. I am not the best of welders, but I can weld, so it's just the thing I'm bothered about is trying to get the measurements right. So today I'm just going to get under there with my angle grinder, wherever that is, somewhere. I'll put it down somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to get under there with my angle grinder, clean up all this metal work to make sure that there's no other hidden nasties, so then when the welder, or when the parts turn up, I can get the welder out, I can weld in that panel, and weld in the panel over here as well, which is the rear valance, which I showed you in the last video. And yeah, let's get on with it. And today is very, very hot. But, unfortunately, I found some bad news about the Mini. So the old subframe came out pretty easily, apart from the fact it's pretty rotten. So I'll just give it a little bit of a clean up, and I guess you can start to see the extent of the damage and the rot. I think I made a good call replacing this. So I've taken the rear trunnions off and they're mounted up to this subframe here. And I just need to take the front ones off as well. So I can mount them to the front. And then once I can then, and then I can offer the subframe up into the car. Got a lovely ice yeah. Anyway, the bad news. So the bad news is the driver's side has got quite a significant hole. The passenger side has got a hole as well. Not as significant, but it does go underneath. So there's going to be very little to probably weld to. So I've ordered up these repair panels. And that goes like so. And then we can mount the subframe up. So I've got to cut out the rot and probably going to halve this panel, because this side of it here is actually pretty solid. So maybe cut down the middle and then remove the side. I need to cut off part of the outer sill and then probably make up a small section of inner sill to replace this bit that's rotten in here. With that done, I can then put the panel back on and then weld it up. The other side's going to be much the same. So I've got two of these repair panels, one there, and I've also got an outer sill for this side. But that is possibly the worst outer sill I've ever seen. The line on it is terrible, and we'll have a look at that later. Also, I've got the rear closing panel for up here, as that fell out. So let's take some measurements and then get this rot cut out. So as you can see, because the car is on the ground and I'm trying to look up, there's not a huge amount of room. But I've started by cutting out this section of panel here and I've exposed the inner bin. So that's now what I'm going to be using to spot weld the centre section to. I'm going to focus on trying to cut the outer bit out now. Underneath is looking a little bit worse for wear, so there may be a possibility of having to cut out a section of the inner sill to try and replace that for fresh metal. As I said, I've opted to keep this section here in, because although there's a little bit of pitting there, it's not actually that bad. Once I underseal it, it should be good. But I've just got to focus on trying to get that panel out and that panel in. So that's the plan for today. Once I've done the one, I'll go across to the other side. With that said, wish me luck, because I'm going to need it. But I've got a solid 11 hours. I am a amateur welder. My welding is not the best. I've never done this job before, so there is a possibility it might take me a lot longer than expected. But for now, I'm just going to plod on, hopefully get this stuff sorted. But yeah, as I say, wish me luck. So the panel is put in place really. Had to do a slight repair to the inner sill. I'm ready to weld this on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it down here, tack it along here, and along here, along these grooves, and drill some holes on the front. Hopefully that will hold it. Okay, a bit of an update. The inner sill's been repaired. I've cut the metal ready for the new panel to be fitted. Here is the new panel. I've drilled some holes ready to be plug welded in. I'm going to keep this lip here, and I'm going to seam weld this in, and then I'm going to weld it from the back as well if I can get access to it. So that's the plan. So I'm going to come back again once it's in. Right, we're going to attempt take 2. The plate's been modified because Dopey here welded it into the wrong place. I cut the welds out and the metal was really thin, so I have cut and welded in a new plate, as you can see, and then I've re-drilled the holes. The welds looked phenomenal as well, which I'm really annoyed about, so I'll grind the back of these drill holes down and try again. It's a few hours later once again, but the first side is done. It's cleaned up, ready to be covered in a layer of undersill. And now I'm just turning my attention to the rear valance closing panel. It's not the best of fits, but I'm going to try my best to get it to fit on as many sides as possible, and maybe even have to bend it into shape to get the rest of it in. It's very hot, it's very mucky, but one side's done. It's taken me a lot longer than I hoped. I'm going to try and get this valance on, and then move across and start the other side. We're getting there though. We're getting there. Yep, there it is. Just need to tidy up the blobs of weld on the top. Blobby. Alright, bit of an update. Focus. The outer seal section is now done. So I replaced this panel. I've had to rebuild up the inner seal, or the actual inner floor, the inner seal up here, the outer seal, and also the repair section. The subframe lines up with these bolts, the bolts the other side, and the 2 bolts up here. So the next job I'm doing is this panel. This is the replacement section. It just goes in like that. So I've cut out all the old rotten stuff. I'll do a slight bit of repair. And I'm just trying to get the back bumper off so I can get the access in here. So it's another day, I'm back in the garage. The rear subframe has been placed up on these trestles. I'm going to start to try and shut down the rear radius arms. They're already proving to be a bit of a pain, so I've already had to cut off the bolt this side. The subframe's scrap anyway, so it's not really the end of the world. And I'm probably going to have to reuse these brackets. I do have some adjustable ones, but I'm not quite sure how they work. So, let's have a look at what we've done. Underneath the car has all been seam sealed. If it decides to focus, I'll use my phone. There we go. So underneath the car's been seam sealed, and that is now ready for paint. I've even managed to get this part here started. I've ground down the welds. It needs to have a little bit more work. But while I thought I was doing that, I thought, and actually, I better do a job that's probably more important. So I've painted the rear subframe. Nice satin, well, a gloss black. And I've just started fitting up the trunnions. So just to make sure that they've got the new bushes and they're all painted as well. I've painted the top, the inside and the outside. I haven't done the bottom. And the reason is when I put it in, I'm going to jack it up. I'm going to paint it underneath when it's in the car because it makes it a little bit easier for handling when I'm trying to move it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to do any filming while I've been doing this. It's a really, really messy job, and last time I did some grinding with the camera, I actually smashed the screen on my phone, so I don't really want to do that again. So, we plod on, and hopefully we'll get this subframe back in the car as soon as possible. I have booked 2 days off holiday, so this is now the 2nd day. I'm going to actually do the driver's side on the 1st day, and then today I've just been messing around with the rear quarter panel and then the subframe. It's about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I have no idea, and I've got a lot to do, so unfortunately there's not going to be much filming again today, but I will come back to you and explain what I've done very shortly, so stay tuned. The subframe is in, and I've got some really good help here.
Hey guys, William Murfitt here.
Right, so
Got a book bike, can't we, mate?
Tony's come to help me fit the subframe. So I've got a big piece of wood which I found. It's going to go underneath the centre. The jack's going to support that and lift it up together. Tony is in charge of the jack, so it's a lot of responsibility there. And yeah, let's get this done and dusted. What's the answer?
Basically, I will build his car, not buy it. It's official now. I've now built a mini, well, a rear end.
Yeah, so the subframe is in. It's been wax oiled, and I've put some aluminium tape over each of the holes so nothing can get into the cavities. It's bolted at the front, both sides, new bushes, new trunnions, or new trunnion bolts, the new flexi hose on the back, new bolts up here as well, and then new bushes. Underneath, oh, I'm getting too off of this, the brake pipe is all fitted, so that's going to be connected up to the front, and then the same the other side. Let's come around the back. This panel's now welded in. And yeah, I am super happy. 2 coats of Hammerite and it looks amazing. That's what the before and that's the after. Toonie, my friend, thank you so much for your help.
No problem, mate.
Rear subframe.
Completed it, mate.
Okay, so there we have it. The subframe is now fitted up. The rear subframe is in the process of being stripped down, ready to rebuild those rear radius arms. And we are back hopefully on track to where I need to be. I was hoping to have a lot more done at this point, but unfortunately this has been a major step back. I've taken 2 days holiday to complete the welding. I had a Sunday doing welding, a Thursday and a Friday of solid welding, and I had my work cut out. So making new panels and all sorts. It was tough, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. The car's done. I kind of wish to never do that again, but it's done, and cool. So I'm going to box this video off here. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, please hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss on any future content. And once again, if you can and you want to, we have the competition running, so you can take part in our giveaway. It's free to enter, and someone's going to be winning $600 worth of vouchers for P&L minis. Enjoy, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.